Apple's Awe-Dropping Event, Part 1. This is MacVoices. Today's MacVoices is supported by CleanMyMac and the new Cloud Cleanup feature. Get tidy today. Try 7 days free and use the code MacVoices20 for 20% off at cleanmy.com/MacVoices. Welcome to MacVoices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, it's a few hours after Apple's Awe-Dropping event, and we are here to talk about all of those announcements. But first, there were other announcements today that one of our panel members brought up, and that is apparently there were new Ferraris announced, and Webb Bixby wants to tell us all about them.
I don't know anything other than it's the, 498 Testarossa or something, and I done told you all I know.
Okay,
I happen to be on that mailing list. They sent it to me, and I know I ain't buying it, so.
That makes for a very short show, Webb. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Other than that, there's a lot to talk about from Apple's event, so we're going to go around the room, let you know who's here, and then we'll get to the real stuff. David Ginsburg is in the top left of my screen, as usual. Dave, good to have you.
Good to be here. I'm looking forward to the chat tonight. It was quite a long, nice event. It was actually very streamlined, and glad we can get to go talk about it tonight.
Yeah, agreed. Marty Jencius is here as well. Marty, I can't tell. Do I see a little whiff of smoke coming up off your credit card?
Yeah.
I lit some incense in the back because, I needed to make the room feel a little better. And I'm like, oh, I forgot to turn off the incense. Okay. But no, I was late here getting here because I was working my second job that I had to start today after the Apple keynote event.
Second job?
Second job, so I can pay for all the crap that I'm going to buy.
Okay, that's the Marty I know and love. Brian Flanigan-Arthurs is here. He has changed his lighting, and he is very, very present. Brian, it looks great. Good to have you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and great to be here.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Dr. Livingston, or Jim Ray. Jim, it's becoming a thing now. You change your appearance every week with a new hat.
I'm on the run.
Okay, I don't want to know from what.
I figured MacVoices is the perfect place to hide. No one will ever find me here.
Oh, thanks, Jim. Wow. Oh, man. Well, we already found out that Webb Bixby is not ordering a new Ferrari, so I'm just going to say, Webb, it's good to have you. I'm glad you made it.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Last but not least, someone took a little extra time to create a background that is very thematic today, Mr. Eric Bolden. Eric, it's great to see you, but I mean, we don't have any birds or flowers or anything. I feel off balance.
Well, I had a bird. I had a hummingbird. It was all ready to go, but I can't decide which phone. So, and they had this neat feature where with the Vision Pro, you can pop, the watch up and the phones up, and you can just float them in front of you, and you can pick them up, and you can rotate them around and look at everything. And I thought, I want to know how it's going to survive in winter. So I did a whole winter scene in the backdrop, and So I still can't decide. And I'm not ordering them all.
Maybe by the end of the show, we can help you out.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to let you all tell me, where do we want to start? I mean, we can sort of take it in the order Apple delivered it, or we can talk about whatever the most important thing you think is.
I like the order it came to us.
You want it? Okay. All right. We have one for that. Anything that okay with everyone?
We can all agree on what the order was, so.
Yeah. Well,
what am I going to do with these?
Exactly. I mean, that new AirPods, they looked really impressive with the new feature set. I have to just throw this in before we get too deep into the discussion, but I felt like most of my RSS feed yesterday was filled literally with last-minute rumor articles.
Yeah.
Some of which played out, most of which didn't. But it's unbelievable to me how much the rumors and the leaks, the alleged leaks, have become part of the whole pre-event cycle. But because there was one that specifically said, "Oh, AirPods 3 won't be getting any new features," so
I
I'm
just
not going to
delete all
call.
those without reading.
Yeah, well, you're smart, Jim.
I don't know. I remember standing in line for iPhones, and I don't know if anybody else in here was that crazy.
Oh yeah,
but
I was
going to an Apple store, getting there like at 10 o'clock at night, knowing they're going to open 7 or 8 hours later or whatever, and standing in line, and that's where all the rumors were. Everybody in line was talking about the rumors because we didn't know what was going to happen. So now it's just transferred online, and you don't have to stand out in the cold.
What are you talking about? By the time you stood in line, you knew what was coming out.
Man, yeah, some of the specs, but you didn't know. I mean, there was just a lot of folks in line, at least in my experience, talking about what the possibilities could be, what they want to do with. I mean, there's just a lot of chatter around that.
Yeah. And then wasn't it Angela Ahrendts that came on and said that this was ridiculous for, the customers to be, waiting in lines. And so they started doing deliveries and it probably was a natural evolution, but it definitely did change I think the cachet of new iPhone Day. So, and that's still a
But
week away.
they've always announced them before you were standing in line. So
Yeah.
I don't get the rumors in line. I don't remember anything like that. The line standing would be sometime after we got the breakdown of everything that was going to happen.
Yeah, what I don't remember is the order of the OS releases. Oh, well, that's in the past.
Yeah.
Let's talk future.
Well, that was even earlier. That'd be a dub.
Yeah. So let's talk about AirPods. The thing that got me the most, I thought, was the translate feature.
Oh yeah, me too.
And how well that's going to work, but the idea of pairing it with the iPhone to be able to, instead of trying to vocalize it or use a machine voice, to just have it pop up on your phone and then be able to play it from there, was, I think, kind of genius. Because now you have two devices that you're going to have with you automatically. And now you'll be able to, at least in theory, communicate with someone in a language that you don't speak and they don't speak yours.
The thing I thought was that seems like a great reason to buy the new AirPods. And then it's like, oh, no, the AirPods I already have will do that.
Let's say, did they say that the AirPods Pro 2 are going to be able to do this as well?
Yes.
Did they? Okay, I missed that.
As long as it's paired with a phone running iOS 26 that's capable of Apple Intelligence.
Okay. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, link. Thank you, Brian. That's good to know. How about the rest? Allegedly better automatic noise canceling, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Heart sensor, that's new.
Heart sensor was new.
Although I have that on my watch.
I was excited about the noise cancellation improved because I don't take my AirPod Maxes with me anymore. I take my AirPod 2s with me, and to think that on a plane I'll get even better noise cancellation, that is really appealing to me. And that and the heart rate, which I know you can get from your watch, Jim, just seemed like, okay, it's time to spend some money. And then they did the automatic translation, and it was, okay, now I got to buy some AirPods, and I also have to buy a plane ticket to a foreign country. So
I live in California. I do not need to buy a plane ticket to.
Yeah, Brian?
Yeah, I think I'll probably upgrade. I'm not in a huge hurry. I have AirPods Pro 1, and they're working okay. The battery's starting to go a little bit, and I kind of get intermittently, sometimes will cut out ever so often. But it's also, the lightning port still. And so, it's one of those things that when you upgrade, not just with, one generation, but two generations forward, you're inheriting all those features from the middle generation too, which is nice. So, I'll probably pick some up, but I don't know, maybe something around Black Friday if they happen to have something, or I'm not in a huge hurry, but I like the features. I echo what Marty was saying with the noise cancellation. That's more the better.
Brian, does yours have wireless charging?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was interesting. My notes say that they said 2 times the automatic noise cancellation over the AirPods 2 and 4 times over the original. So, Brian, that should be a pretty impressive jump because I too am using the AirPods 1. And
actually, it says 4 times on the AirPods Pro 3 and 2 times on the AirPods Pro 2.
Okay, then I'm either misnoted it or misunderstood it. But yeah, listen, anything is impressive.
Yeah.
No question about it. Hey, before I go to Dave, I want to welcome Mark Fuccio. Mark, glad you made it.
Hello, everyone. Carry on.
Thank you. Dave?
Yeah, I just wanted to hit on some of the other things that that really stood out for me. I mean, we just talked about the live translation, but the battery life is going to be even more improved. I mean, you got up to 8 hours of battery life using the active noise cancellation. It's even longer if you're going to use transparency, more than that. I believe it's 10 hours if you're using the hearing aid feature with it as well. So they've really done some great management with the battery life. That really stood out to me with what really stood out with this as well. Yeah, definitely the heart rate monitor. There's a lot of people out there that don't have Apple Watches. So now you're going to have that option. If they have to have an iPhone, obviously with the AirPods, you'd hope that they can use, they can do the heart rate monitor and just it goes right into the health app, and you still can do that without having the Apple Watch. But it's a good companion with the Apple Watch as well.
Yeah. Marty, you're throwing some notes into our private chat with 5 ear tip sizes.
Yeah, so you can share them with your friends with smaller and bigger ears than yours.
Right.
But also the fact that it has on-device AI calorie activity tracking. So, they showed the video of the guy walking down the street and his AirPods were telling him, he's done the longest walk he's ever done this month. But the idea that it's going to use the GPS and the heart rate to be able to determine sort of calorie, estimate calorie burning and things like that. So
today's Mac Voices is supported by Cloud Cleanup. Are you so busy being productive that you don't have time to manage your cloud storage? That's okay. Cloud Cleanup, a new feature of CleanMyMac, can do it for you. Here's how it works. Cloud Cleanup connects with iCloud, OneDrive, and Google Drive to scan for space wasters, oversized files, forgotten duplicates, and clutter that is quietly eating up all your gigabytes. And don't worry, the scan happens locally on your Mac, so your data never leaves your machine. Once the scan is done, you're in control. Decide whether to remove files completely or simply eliminate them from the cloud while keeping them safe on your Mac. Change your mind? Restoring is just as easy. That means no more panic when storage warnings pop up, and no more paying for cloud space you didn't actually need. Think of it as a personal assistant for your digital closet, tidying up so you can focus on the work that really matters. And because CleanMyMac also includes features like Smart Care, Space Lens, and built-in malware protection, your whole Mac runs leaner, faster, and more secure. So stop letting clutter drain your time, your storage, and most importantly, your wallet. Get tidy today with CleanMyMac. Try Cloud Cleanup free for 7 days and use my code MacVoices20 for 20% off at cleanmy.com. That's clnmy.com/MacVoices20 and the code MacVoices20. Thanks to MacPaw and Cloud Cleanup for for supporting MacVoices. Is it a big surprise that we're seeing more health features creep into the AirPods?
Not at all.
Nope.
Okay.
And the other thing that stands out with the ear tips is the foam-infused ear tips with the 5 sizes. So it's going to improve a fit design along with, that's improving the sound too. So I was impressed to see that was added to those ear tips, because that means they're going to, be a lot more solid and hopefully more comfortable too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask about the foam-infused ear tips.
Yeah.
I hope that helps. I finally realized with the ear tips for the Air Pro 2 that I kept on going to the bigger ear tips, and if I would have gone to the smaller ones, they'd fit a lot better. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that new mini feature, but then I'm going to try all 5 of them. Then I got to figure out which size I need to get when I want to buy a box of them to keep around for whatever reason. So.
Yeah, you buy ear tips by the box, Webb? That's
well, you can buy spare ones, but instead of getting the full set of all 5 different sizes, you can get the specific size that you're looking for at the Apple Store. So,
okay.
Well, he needs it's 5 separate sets of iPad, Pros, right? So, instead of 5, set hits, is 5 earbuds, at home, at car, at the office, and wherever else, the stadium.
Yep.
You've had to go to the actual Apple Store to get them. I don't recall seeing them being able to buy them online. What?
All I can tell you is that I went to the Apple Store and bought them. So
you did, okay.
So I'm curious, how many people here are going to be immediate purchasers of the new AirPods?
Already did it.
Too late.
Oh wow!
Already did it.
Okay, you guys didn't fool around. I'm impressed.
I'm just getting started. I'm just warming up.
Yeah. Okay. Eric, ear tips comment?
Yeah, I think that they rotated them slightly. Also, they did a survey of more people and scanning of more ears to try to, which might be why they came out with an additional size to see if they could fit more ear shapes. And since I keep running into people who can't wear them because they don't fit in the ears, I was really excited about that.
So, Brian, you made a comment in our private chat about evolution, and I'm having trouble following the logic.
Oh, I was just being funny. I said, do they need 5 sizes instead of whatever they had before? I think it was 3, because of is human evolution, or they just want more precise fittings. So are people evolving? Is there a lot more differences in people now that they need new sizes?
Okay, I was trying to figure out how AirPods and evolution fit together, and it just wasn't happening. Wasn't happening. I think I will upgrade. It's not going to be the first thing I purchase out of this set of announcements, but I think it is something definitely I will do. And Marty, to your point about air travel, these are the ones, and the active noise cancellation is almost as good, almost to the point that I will leave my over-the-ears home. Not quite, but almost. And so this makes me think if it's that much better, my Bose Quiet Comforts may be a thing of the past.
I just said that earlier today. That that was always my thing, especially when on a plane I would be using those QC35s. I haven't probably touched those in a good year or 2, probably more, because of how these AirPods Pro are just amazingly great sounding.
Yeah, I think they said they had 8 hours of charge, in noise cancellation mode.
Yep.
That's pretty much most travel.
Yeah.
Certainly saw domestic travel and a lot, not quite, but a lot of international travel.
The one thing I find that the over-the-ears are a lot better for discouraging people in the seat next to you from talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I'll wear the AirPods inside and then put the over-the-ears and just not turn them on.
Oh, now that's a great idea.
Yeah.
If you take your shoes off and put them up on the seat in front of you, that will discourage the person next to you from talking to you too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
Leave it to Marty.
Yep. We're off and running already. Travel tips from Marty Jencius. Anything else on the AirPods 3 before we move on?
Yeah,
Okay.
why don't they have a trade-in program for it? I mean, they have trade-in programs for everything else. I mean, even though it's low price point, it just becomes, if you buy a new set, unless you give it to somebody, it just becomes more clutter. It's worth $20-25 to trade it in, isn't it?
I don't know. It's an interesting question, Mark, because you're right. They pretty much everything else, there's a trade-in option of some kind. I would think that that for sanitation and sanitary reasons, that's just not realistic. They'd almost have to engage in an expensive cleaning program.
Well, I'm not thinking that they would actually reuse them. I'm thinking that they would create another robot or something and recycle the materials and tell us how good they are being to the planet. And by giving people, I don't know, 10, 15, $20, that's another shake them off the fence and get them to buy.
Yeah.
Type of action.
Brian, you say that you have a $30 offer for yours?
Yeah, just for fun, I went in bestbuy.com and plugged in buying the Apple AirPods Pro 3 or Gen 3 and put in that I was trading in a Gen 1 and it offered $30. So
I was looking at an Apple site. Good one, Brian. I'll have to take a look at it.
yeah, not bad.
I mean, that's a $30 discount. It's not bad, as long as you don't want to keep them for a backup or a second location pair.
Yeah,
so that's an idea too. Yeah, but I also have sort of like the original Gen 1, where I have one. It's the right ear. If I could get $5 for that, because other than that, it's just clutter.
Yeah.
I use it every now and then. If for some reason, I have currently I'm using the Pro Gen 2. If for some reason if it doesn't seat correctly and doesn't fully charge, then I'll use that. But that's a rare occurrence, but it does happen. Enough that I just have that one earbud. When I go out walking in the morning.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have a set of. I'm with you, Mark. I have a set of original AirPods that one works great. The other one is the battery's just completely shot. So next up, I do believe, is the Apple Watch SE. Thoughts?
Thanks, another year, another model. Next.
No, it was a great update.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, the feature set, I agree with you, Eric. Things migrated down to it that make it an even better option.
I mean,
always on display. They took all of the critical things that needed to be there. They put it there and put it at a lower price. So if you're trying to buy for a parent or a grandparent, they get a usable device instead of something that is just barely walking. So I was happy.
Lower price. I thought it was $299, which isn't that the same as the prior year's price?
No, the SE is $249.
Oh, $249. Okay.
Yeah. Then it does, but the big difference is a lot of the health things in the Series 11, which you now have the blood pressure alerts, the sleep score. Both have 5G now, and then the satellite is going to be pending. That you're going to be getting that on the 11 as well as the Ultra.
It struck me as this is a little bit better of a bottom model, than maybe some of the other options out there. At least the way they've been in the past. that this doesn't feel like it's as much of a compromise. You still get a lot more if you buy the more expensive one, and especially some of the more advanced health features. But yeah, this didn't seem like all that bad a deal.
I mean, the other thing they added to the SE3 is the sleep apnea detection. They didn't have that before because the SE was really a stripped down version of the standard model of the last year 10, 9, so forth. That gave you. This is giving you a lot for your buck for the SE. I mean, just like I said, a few isolated features that you may or may not want.
Yeah. Did anyone go and study their site? It seems like they probably just slid down the Series 10 into the SE3 because I think the Series 10 has a lot of those sleep apnea and other features. And that would be the thing to do is you stair step down older technologies into lower price points and get more functionality for that price point.
Yeah, the ECGs was in the other model, but where the SE still doesn't have it.
Right.
Okay, that smells like a marketing decision.
Yeah, Marty.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, and I realized Brian had put it in our chat that for me, I think it is a great watch, the SE, for most folks. My wife probably SE, most folks walking around SE. One of the great things of having chronic illness is you get to buy new, more expensive Apple devices each time they come out. And so I don't want to give up the ECG stuff. With the Series 11, the idea of doing the hypertension algorithms. Although I'm taking my blood pressure as I normally do, I got a blood pressure wrist cuff here. It's one step away from having the other metric that I need to have on a watch to make it purposeful for me to continue on with my chronic diseases.
I'm waiting for them to come out with blood sugar monitoring.
Yeah,
that'll be a couple of years still, but yeah.
Yeah, because this one they were close. They're saying, "Oh well, we have all these lasers and we monitor it and we do all this other analysis." Okay, so you could do similar things, with sort of the spectral response of blood chemistry. So I wouldn't be surprised, within 5 years if we have that, maybe even sooner.
Sooner if they get it from Massimo.
Sooner if Massimo just gives up and goes home. The Apple Watch 3 Ultra. The thing that got my attention on this one is that this apparently is now the largest Apple Watch face of all the models. Last time I think it was by Pixel or whatever, that the 11 was actually bigger than the Ultra. But now, and I haven't looked up the Pixel measurements, but they specifically said that this is the largest Apple Watch face now. So that always kind of turns my head a little bit, because I like the idea of having as much screen on my wrist as I can.
Agreed.
Anybody looking at the Ultra?
I was tempted.
Eric?
Yeah.
Eric.
I've been waiting for that. And now that they can do the O2 sensor in the phone, I don't have, because I have the original Ultra and I didn't update. So a little more battery power. And the size of the watch itself hasn't changed, just they used more of the space. They got rid of some of the bezel. So yeah, I'm all in on it.
Well, that's for me is, it's too big, great feature set. It's just too big. I don't want something that big, on my wrist.
But Mark, I went in, and because I was kind of between the Ultra and the 11 when the 11 came out. And so I went in, and honestly, the Ultra did not feel that much bigger on my wrist. Did not feel that much heavier on my wrist.
What about
did you wind up getting one?
The vertical height of the phone? Sorry, of the watch itself.
It didn't bother me. Now, I did not buy one because, again, at that point, the 11 was the one that had the bigger face, and that was one of the deciding factors. But I'm kind of tempted to go back in and just put them both on my wrist and see, out of curiosity.
I have an Ultra 2, and I think I'd be tempted to switch away from that next time.
Why?
You said it. It's just too big.
Okay.
I mean, I love it, and I love the long battery life. But I wear it all the time. I mean, like sleeping and everything. And just overdoing that for like 2 years, it's like,
Yeah. Brian?
So I got an Ultra 2 last year, and I got the lighter colored one when the newer, I can't remember what the brand name of the darker colored metal that they used last year for the Ultra 2, but I got a decent discount, and so I'm going an extra year with this one right now, and I love my Ultra 2, and I saw the new features coming out on the that was advertised today with the hypertension notifications and the sleep score. And I was like, bummer, because I really like the watch. But then I did notice that it's coming to the Ultra 2 as well. So,
Brian, do you wear it all night?
I do. Yeah, I generally will charge it just like if I taking a shower, sometimes later in the evening before bed. But no, I got used to it. I did switch. I had let's see what I upgrade from a 6 to an Ultra 2. And so it was quite the difference because it was a smaller 6 as well.
Yeah, I went from a 4 to an Ultra 2. And, I do wear it all the time. You know, what I've taken to doing is usually at night I wear it on my right hand, and then in the daytime I wear it on my left hand.
Oh, okay.
Just because it gets, my wrist gets kind of sore.
Gotcha.
Marty?
Yeah, I have a Ultra 1, I believe, and kept it because of the blood oxygen monitoring. And also have that as a watch that has my cellular in it, whereas my 10 currently doesn't have cellular in it. I can't wear the Ultra too long. It just feels too big and too heavy, and switching to a 10 was so much lighter. It feels like watches used to feel instead of big and heavy. And frankly, if I went to bed with my Ultra 1, it would be like going to bed with a weapon. I would swing that thing around and probably hit somebody and injure them with the process. So,
Okay. Mark?
So to me, it's very curious. They talk about the importance of sleep, and they have their whatever their score, whatever their new name for it is. How many in the panel, or how many viewers do we have? If you wear your watch to bed, if you have a sleep cycle set up, you wake up in the middle of the night, and the darn thing is saying at 10 to the hour, oh, it's time to get up. Time to stand up. WTF, Apple? This is a blatant bug. If I get up at 10 to 2 to pee, or quarter of 2 to pee, I don't need to, see the watch saying, oh, well, it's time to stand up. I roll over, it should know I'm in my sleep cycle. It shouldn't it shouldn't blast me with, stupid reminders like that. Come on, Tim, come on. Come on, Jaws. Come on, Cupertino. Go team Cupertino. You can fix this bug. It's got to be really, really simple compared to all the other hard problems and AI that you're dealing with.
I don't know why, but my watch doesn't do that.
Jim, I hate to say that I disagree with you, Mark, but mine doesn't do that either. Mine doesn't bother me. When I'm in sleep cycle, I don't get the stand notifications. Yeah. I don't get any of that. Now, as soon as it goes out of sleep cycle,
in which case it's an even crazier, more intermittent and harder to find bug, because I get it on a regular basis. I get it, generally in the middle, in the middle towards the end of my sleep cycle, there's a thing there saying, oh, it's time to stand up. Yeah.
I wonder if there's a setting somewhere that Jim and I have
That's
turned
what
on
I
to
was
do.
thinking. That sounds like a setting.
If you
So-
take the watch off when you go to bed, you won't have that problem.
Right.
Well, I don't take it off when I go to bed. I charge it for, a couple hours, generally between like 7 to 10, 8 to 10, something like that, so it's charged and ready to go for another daily cycle.
Yeah.
I'm charging mine right now.
Eric, you say you have sleep mode set.
Yeah, and every night I turn on the sleep mode, but there's a spot where you can say your sleep time is from this time to this other time,
Which is
because
really
because every once in a while I shift. And what I notice is if for whatever reason I wake up and then I decide, oh yeah, there's an article I want to read, and I change my activity, yeah, sometimes I get that same, oh hey, it's time to get up kind of thing. But as long as it's within the range of time that is set for sleep, if I go back to sleep, then it just continues on. But I only just really rarely, occasionally ever see that. Most of the time the watch is dark because it's in the sleep mode.
on your wrist.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I have sleep mode, 10:30 to 6:30. Yeah, 10:30 p.m. 6:30, and I get it regularly. Sometimes I'll see something. If you wake up a little early and you start to look at your phone and check your email, and it's I forget exactly the text message, but to the extent of, oh, are you ready to start your day now? And
It's like, no.
yeah. So, it's just one of these damn things that drives you crazy.
I bet WatchOS 26 will fix it.
That's the insanity of it. I mean, if George Carlin were here, he could have an incredible skit about, they're trying to help you, improve your health by optimizing your sleep. And then they want you to stand up and walk around, and they can't figure out which is more important.
Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with Mac Voices magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.